Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome to my channel. So today I'm super excited because we're going to do a little bit of a book haul. I just placed a pretty big order with Book Outlet, and I also got a couple items just from Amazon. Pretty random books that I just kind of was thinking about and decided to pick up. So I can't remember the exact amount I spent on the Book Outlet order. I love Book Outlet because I'm able to get a lot of recently published books, a lot of very popular books for a really great price. I feel like the average amount I spend per book on Book Outlet is like $5. So not sponsored or anything, but if you want to check out the site yourself, you can go ahead and click on the link down in my description and you can get some money off your order. I'm not even sure, but it's definitely the place that I always go when I want to get a solid amount of books. But first, I'll show you the two that I got off of Amazon. I think I spent about $10 for each of them. So up first is a super random one. This is The Secret Keepers by Trenton Lee Stewart. He is the author of the Mysterious Benedict Society series, which is one of my favorite series of all time. It is middle grade, but it's so good. I just absolutely love it. And it's funny because I actually just finished the first book in the Inheritance Games trilogy, or I guess there is a fourth one coming out this year. But I was expecting that book to be more like Mysterious Benedict Society. So if you read Inheritance Games and wanted more like puzzles and riddles as part of the story, definitely read Mysterious Benedict Society. Because even though, again, technically it's for middle grade readers, I think it's a fantastic story. I started reading them when I was probably like 19 or 20 years old. And yeah, it's one of my favorite series of all time. But he did write this other one, The Secret Keepers. And as far as I know, it doesn't have anything to do with the Mysterious Benedict Society universe, but I've heard really good things about this one. So yeah, I just decided to pick it up the same time that I got The Maidens by, and I'm totally gonna butcher his name, Alex Michaelides. He's the one who wrote The Silent Patient, which I also just read, and I absolutely loved it. It was definitely one of the best thrillers that I've read in quite a while. I feel like he's right up there with Gillian Flynn, and so of course I immediately went on Amazon and purchased The Maidens. And I'm doing this whole month of book talk, but I think I'm gonna have to slip this one in this month because I just cannot wait to read this. So those were the two from Amazon, and now everything else is from Book Outlet. I got 13 books in this one order, so it was a pretty big one. So from a previous Book Outlet order, I got Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and I read that last month and I really enjoyed that. I liked her writing style a lot. So when I went back on Book Outlet for this order, I decided to see if there was anything else by her on there, and there were two, so I got both of them. This one is His and Hers, which I've actually heard a lot of buzz about this randomly, like even since I ordered this book. And unfortunately, there is like a crease in the page, and there is another flaw on another book, which I will say that's the first time I've ever gotten books from Book Outlet and they were flawed in that way, even though they say that is a possibility. Most of the time the books are truly in perfect condition, other than like maybe a mark or something on the pages, which of course I have no examples now. Yeah, so sometimes they'll have just like a little dot like that, which does not bother me in the least. But anyway, so this book is called I Know Who You Are, and it's a hardback. Still got it for a great price. This one looks like it is pretty short, but I'm definitely on a thriller kick. I really have been loving thrillers over the past like year or so. Yes, and then again, this one is called His and Hers, and this one has just a really short blurb, so I'll read it for you. When a woman is murdered in Blackdown, a newsreader, Anna Andrews, is reluctant to cover the case. Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. And it says that Alice Feeney is a writer and a journalist, so that definitely comes across, I feel like, in her writing style. But I don't know too much about any of these books that I'm showing you because I really do like to go into books blind. But I have been hearing good things about this author as well for thrillers. This is Lisa Joel, and this is the other flaw. This one is kind of weird. Like the cover is almost just sliced. This one's called The Family Upstairs. So it sounds like Libby Jones doesn't know who she is for the first 25 years of her life. And then when she finds out who her parents are, everything in her life changes. She inherits a mansion. It's set in England, so This one sounds like it'll be really good. It's like finding out the deep, dark secrets of the family that you just found out about. And then I got this other one from Lisa Jewell. This is called Invisible Girl. So this is following this guy, Owen Pick, whose life is falling apart. And so he looks for professional advice online and meets the charismatic, mysterious, and sinister Bryn. And across the street from Owen is a physiotherapist and a child psychologist, and they have a bad feeling about this guy, Owen. So we'll see where this goes, but sounds unique. Sounds like something I haven't read before. And that's kind of the problem that I've run into with thrillers, is that some stories are really quite similar, and that just makes them not stand out as much to me. So I really, really love reading quite unique thrillers. In a totally different vein, I did decide to pick up Catherine Center's The Bodyguard. Something that I really do like about Book Outlet is that you can search by release date, you can search by popularity, you can search by like top 100 books sold. And this one was like #1 on like most popular books on Book Outlet at the time that I purchased this order. And I have heard some good things about it. It's just like a rom-com kind of book, so I figured I might as well go ahead and pick it up. A lot of times these really, really popular books do go on Book Outlet, but they sell out really quick because they might only have a certain amount of them. So that's why I do end up with so many Book Outlet orders, because I go on there just to see if they have anything that's super popular, and then I end up with 13 books. Just sounds like a really cute romantic comedy. I'm sure it's all over Book Talk already. Okay, so then everything else in this order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books are the main reason that I placed this order in the first place, because next month, the month of April, I want to do reading a month of Reese Witherspoon book club picks, because I feel like she just has good taste. I've really enjoyed everything that I've read from her book club in the past, and that is another feature you can search for on Book Outlet. You can go to popular book club picks, and then it's very clear if something is a Reese book club pick, because there's like the big yellow circle right on the front cover. So I think I already had like maybe 4 or 5 books that I was waiting to read during this month of April, this month of Reese Witherspoon, and I wanted to get a solid amount more. So yeah, we've got quite a variety here, and there were even more that I could have picked from. So maybe in the future I'll do reading a month of Oprah or reading more Reese Witherspoon books. But first up, we've got The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. And I have read one from her before, and I can't think of the name, but I think I got it from Book of the Month. But I remember that I did really like her writing style, just a solid thriller writer. And this is set in Little Port, Maine, so I really do like that setting. Maine is a little bit eerie, home of Stephen King. Sounds like it follows 2 girls. One of them is a local, one of them's a summer girl, and they become fast friends until one of them winds up dead. So that's kind of the main gist of that story. Next, we've got something that I think will be quite different. This is The Chicken Sisters by KJ Del Antonia. And I think this is just going to be kind of like a feel-good family story. So we'll see how this goes. It says, in tiny Marinette, Kansas, chicken Mimis and chicken Frannies have spent a century vying to serve up the best fried chicken in the state. And the legendary feud between the respective owners has lasted just as long. So I feel like it's just going to be a heartwarming, like they're feuding, but then they like come together and they all get along. Maybe there'll be like some romance in there, but just a good family story. I could be completely wrong. You'll have to wait for the review. Then I got this hardback. This is Something in the Water by Catherine Stedman. Really nice cover. And this is an electrifying psychological thriller. A shocking discovery on their honeymoon in paradise shatters the lives of a young couple. So they're scuba diving in Bora Bora and they find something in the water. So we'll see how this one goes. But I have not heard of this author. I'm not sure what else she has written, but this says she was actually in Downton Abbey as Mabel Lane Fox, and I can't even think of who that is, so I'll have to look that up. But that's really cool that she was in Downton Abbey, which is totally one of my favorite shows. Now we have Honey and Spice, which is another beautiful hardback. So this is this author, I'm gonna butcher this, Bolu Babalola. This is her debut book, and it's full of passion, humor, and heart that centers on a young woman who has no interest in love and unexpectedly finds herself caught up in a fake relationship with the man she warned her girls about. So that sounds like it'll be pretty cute, pretty lighthearted. Got lots of good reviews from BuzzFeed, Shondaland, and Meg Cabot. Next is the Jet Setters, very cute vacation vibe cover there. Oh my gosh, and I love this. When 70-year-old Charlotte Perkins submits a sexy essay to the Become a Jet Setter contest, she dreams of reuniting her estranged children. She yearns for the years when her children were young, when she was a single mother who meant everything to them. So this just sounds super cute. I honestly had no idea what this was about, but I don't know why I love books where the main character is older. I feel like there's a lot of wisdom packed in and a lot of humor a lot of times. So this one will be great as the weather warms up. I can read this as I'm sitting outside. Okay, so Reese Witherspoon actually has a YA section of her book club. So this specifically is Reese's YA book club pick. And I do have a couple other ones already that are YA. And this one I had been seeing on Book Outlet for a while and kept thinking about picking it up and finally got it since it did fit this challenge. And this is called Fable by Adrienne Young. It says, Trader, Fighter, Survivor. Welcome to a world made dangerous by the sea and by those who wish to profit from it, where a young girl must find her place and her family while trying to survive in a world built for men. So that's kind of fun. This is set on the sea. Maybe it'll be a little Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. And one of the reviews says, this is Adrienne Young's best work of storytelling yet. So I'm not sure how much she has written, but this is a pretty recent book, written in 2020. Looks like she also wrote Sky in the Deep and The Girl the Sea Gave Back. So she likes to write about the ocean. That's fun. I was so drawn to this cover. No idea what it's about, but come on, that is like the coolest cover ever. This could be a poster in your room, I feel like. This is Outlawed by Anna North. It says, in the year of our Lord, 1894, I became an outlaw. So I love that it's set in the 1800s. Love historical fiction of any kind. And I have not really read many books set in like the Wild West. It says, the day of her wedding, 17-year-old Ada's life looks good. She loves her husband and she loves working as an apprentice to her mother, a respected midwife. But after a year of marriage and no pregnancy in a town where barren women are routinely hanged as witches, her survival depends on leaving behind everything she knows. Sounds like she then joins up with a gang, so this will be quite different from really any book I've ever read before. Looks like it will be a pretty quick read as well. And then last but certainly not least, we've got Lucy Foley, I hope that's how you say it, The Guest List. And she's an author that I've wanted to read for quite a while now and just haven't gotten around to it. So when I saw this on Book Outlet, I definitely wanted to snatch it up. You've probably read it already, but it sounds like it's just gonna be a good thriller. It's the wedding of the year, but someone won't survive it. And it's set on a remote island off the coast of Ireland. And everyone on the island has a secret. I love books like that. Everyone has a motive and someone won't leave this wedding alive. So I am very excited to read all those books next month during the month of April. So definitely stay tuned for my future review, and I'll probably do at least one reading vlog reading a couple of these books. But if you like this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help my channel out a lot. And if you do want to check out Book Outlet, do make sure you use the link in my description to get some money off. And I would just highly recommend it because I really have found so many great books on there for a great price. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.